the finish, but there's no way in that 4 minutes can the field behind. There's Tom Bonen in the black, yellow and red jersey, champion of Belgium. Another day he's missed out in the sprint here because he missed out in the split, and more importantly, big riders missed out in the split. Sastre, Contador, Cadel Evans all missed a move. They're handing time to Lance Armstrong, to Michael Rogers, the important riders, and to Kim Kirkham particularly. And look at the back now. They're just being torn to shreds by the wind. They're at 4 kilometres. We're going to have 5 bunches finished today.
Well, that's the important thing you have to remember. I've said it so many times. A flat stage can always be a dangerous stage because you don't have to go uphill to split a field. If you get a very strong crosswind, it can split the field to pieces, and that's what's happened here this afternoon. We have split it up in the crosswinds. That's why the riders were riding at the front end of the main field, taking lots of risks to make sure that they were in the first 15 or 20 positions. Alberto Contador has been caught out, but he's been caught out by his own teammate Lance Armstrong. But let's not forget, Phil, the Tour de France is 3 weeks long, but this is the first psychological battle, and things can completely and utterly change once we get into the mountains. But this has been fun to watch.
Contador is a great mountain climber, but maybe he lacks a little bit of experience, a little bit of expertise to ride these crosswinds. It's not his favourite style of bike racing, but those riders who can ride them know you can gain time. He was squeezing out seconds in a race that's still got 2.5+ weeks to go, but you never know. Remember Greg LeMond and Laurent Fignon? Greg LeMond won by 8 seconds, and these boys at the moment have got themselves 34.
34 seconds is what the clock will stop at if we were to stop the race right now, but we've still got a couple of kilometers to go to the finish. Still, everybody seems to be participating in the pacemaking at the front end of the pack. Mark Cavendish now is starting to get nervous. He realizes he has to finish off after the job of work that's been done by his team, Team Columbia, High Road, HTC. They've done a great job of work for him, but he's got the pressure on his shoulders to make sure he finishes it off. And don't forget, there is still a very good sprinter in this group. Thor Hushovd, the God of Thunder, is there, and he will be hoping to take advantage of a mistake by Mark Cavendish.
Well, in theory, it's only Hushovd who can even approach the speed of Mark Cavendish, but we've had 2 races for the last 20k, and these guys are going to be at the full limit of their effort right now. Whether Mark can lift it again, and he's got to come late to the line because he'll put his nose out. The wind is going to come from the left of the road and on his head as he makes the line. He's got to get it right.
Don't discount Fabian Cancellara. He's got in this race. He's had an easy ride. He's a strong bike rider, and if it's a sprint that goes out from a very long way, he could be the man to create the big surprise here this afternoon. Let's not forget, the last time he was leading the Tour de France in the yellow jersey on the road into Compiègne, he came round a zigzag corner, and all of a sudden the yellow jersey bolted out of a bunch sprint to get himself a great stage victory.
He doesn't have to win, of course, to keep his maillot jaune tonight. He just needs to finish with these riders. He'll be given the same time. No time bonuses given in the race this year, so he finishes with the riders. He keeps his maillot jaune. But second tonight, I think, will be Tony Martin. Third tonight, I think, will be Lance Armstrong. Tomorrow, it's the team time trial. Then what will happen? It looks like we're in 1 kilometre to go now. Skill Shimano won't go down without a fight as well. Cavendish has moved himself right up now. He's not got a lot of riders here, and there's an attack on right on the far side of the road, and I think that'll be probably Christophe Kern or Stefan Ogier who's made the move as they try to bridge the gap here to the one Skill Shimano. This is going to be a tough one. Mark Renshaw, you've got to do something special here. Where are you, Mark? I'm right behind you. As they come up towards the finish, he's got to hold him late and then launch the attack because the headwind will spoil the fun. Mark has got to do something very special here and stay there as long as possible because Cholig is getting up on his back wheel as well here, and Thor Hushovd is locked in onto the back of the missile. I think that Cavendish knows it. Now he's got to go up the left-hand side. Thor Hushovd, can he use his massive strength to challenge Renshaw on the Mark Cavendish? It's going to be close, but I think Cav has done it. Yes, he's done it on the telephone. Mark Cavendish is unbelievable, and Thor Hushovd got second. 2 out of 2. Another 35 points on the green jersey competition. It's already looking pretty good.
It's looking extremely good. That was a handbook victory for Mark Cavendish there, Phil, as he came up to the line. But this is what's more important, I think, to everybody else. The time gap that the clock is going to stop at here as they try to make sure the clock doesn't lose too much for these men in the main field. There's Cadel Evans riding at the front end of the peloton. The clock has still yet yet to stop for the main field, as it looks like Romain Felu is coming up to get himself probably a 29th or 30th place. Stops the clock at 39 seconds.
Huge loss on a day like this. It really is. It's going to make the team time trial a battle for yellow now tomorrow for Lance Armstrong, for Tony Martin, or will Fabian Cancellara keep it? Armstrong was in that group. He's gained 39 seconds. He was 40 seconds behind Cancellara at the start of the day. Of course, he still is 40 seconds behind Cancellara, but he's recouped all his time from the rides between 10th and 3rd overall in the race. It's a huge result.
Very astute riding this afternoon by the man who started the day in the yellow jersey, Fabian Cancellara, but maybe more astute the performance of Lance Armstrong, Phil, at 37 years of age, coming back to the sport after 4 years away from the Tour de France and getting himself into a very, very tactical maneuver. What a great performance by him. Let's have a quick look again, though, at the sprint by Mark Cavendish. Admirably led up to the line there by Mark Renshaw. Renshaw really had to dig deep here because Team Columbia High Road had done an awful lot of work on the run in towards the finish. Cavendish looking over his shoulders. He knows that Thor Hushovd is the man who's on his wheel there. Hushovd comes alongside, gets up to his pedals, but you know Mark Cavendish here has got the acceleration, and he kicks a second time there to open up the gap to a full bicycle length to say, I'm telephoning this victory home. Thank you very much.
And Hushovd's a really nice guy. First, to congratulate him. As we look down now on La Grande Motte, let's have a look provisionally. There's the top 10. Armstrong didn't bother to sprint, but he's got the same time. Look at that. Samuel Dumoulin still finished in 4th place today, so he was the one that made the jump. I just didn't think it was possible he would have had the legs. Cancellara got 6th, so he stayed safe and stays in yellow. And the top 10 completed there by Linus Gerdeman, who we actually saw try to make his move. Incredible result, and Lance Armstrong has still shown the younger guys how to ride a stage of the Tour. Well, there we are. We're going to take a quick break, allow Phil Liggett to get his breath back, and then we will go to the prizes, and we'll also find out where everybody sits overall tonight. It's going to be extremely interesting. There's the celebrations in Team Columbia's car. Welcome back. We're looking out across and on towards the Mediterranean Sea. There's been a tidal wave just blown into town at La Grande Motte. Mark Cavendish, the man in particular, who swept all before him after a terrific last 20 kilometres of racing. But he gets his 2nd stage win. This is how he did it. And of course, Paul, 35 points maximum for that green jersey.
Yes, extending his lead in the green jersey points classification as he telephones home win number 2 of this year. 6th stage victory in the Tour de France in this young man's career, and at 24 years of age, one has to ask the question, how many stage wins is he going to accumulate? Congratulated by the king of the Tour de France from 1999 to 2005 there, Lance Armstrong, but also here by George Hincapie.
Let's go to the podium. He's up there. There he is, Mark Cavendish. He's never happier than when he's winning, and he doesn't care whether it's a Tour de France or a local bike race. This is a proud moment. He said earlier today, when he got the green jersey for the first time yesterday, he's the first British sprinter to be awarded it. It was a dream. It was very, very special. Now he's got 2.
Yep, and I think it's going to be a very difficult position for anybody to try and take that jersey off his shoulders, Phil, because if he's sprinting as he is at the moment and the team is riding as they are, there are not very many people going to get their wheel in front of Mark Cavendish on any of these sprint stages.
Those cheeky little eyes looking out as he goes to shake hands with, amongst others, Bernard Hinault and all the local dignitaries down here. That's the situation in